In this training video, we will cover the targets feature of insights and learn how they work. Targets can be used to encourage staff members to upsell services and products and beat last year's sales. Not only will this help the company's total sales, this can be especially useful for new service providers that are just starting out. Targets are the recommended solution for goals that are being broadly applied across the business or a location or staff. To set up targets, log in and tap the main menu icon and then tap Settings. This Settings page is where targets, goals, and contests are set up, and targets is the default here. Notice at the bottom, we have the options of goals and contests. To set up targets, we first need to let Insights know how many days a week the business is open and can tap the calendar in the upper right. Here, we can tap the number of days all locations are open, which is great for businesses that have the same open hours across locations. And if we tap on 7, for example, the system wants us to confirm. We can also set this for each individual location in this list when needed. Once that's done, tap the bar chart icon to continue. Next, we will enter the general progress percent the business is targeting to get over all of the metrics from last year. This is a blanket percentage that applies to all metrics, but it can be customized for each one. We can tap on the storefront icon to see the list of metrics. We can tap into any of these flat dollar amount or percentage fields to customize them. The flat dollar amount field is used when there is not data for this metric from last year, which can be helpful if the business wasn't open last year. And for employees, it could be helpful if it's a new service provider that just started working at the business and didn't have sales from last year. Total sales net has 500 in the flat dollar amount field and 10 for the percent. This means the target is to make 10% higher in total sales than last year. If there aren't any sales last year or sales were low, the system would use $500 as last year's total sales, and the target is to make more than that. Essentially, Insights is either going to make the target this flat dollar amount, or if total sales are over $500 from last year, then the target would be to make 10% more than that. We can set different amounts and percentages for each of these location metrics, and it will be important for businesses to go through this list just to make sure that their targets are set up correctly, because not all locations are the same. Some locations may have 20 staff members, while others may only have 5. It's important to customize targets by location so that each one can successfully surpass their targets. We can tap on Total Sales Net to customize this metric for each location. Bigger locations should have a higher flat dollar amount than smaller locations. Any changes we make are automatically saved. And we can tap on each metric to customize the targets for each location. To customize employee targets, tap the person icon. We will see the metrics that employees have access to, which is based on their user type. Tap on Total Sales Net to customize this metric for employees from each location. The targets can be updated for each metric by location. And it is important that the business updates this accordingly. While a bigger location may have different flat dollar amounts and percentages for their targets, the employees may still be set to the same flat dollar amount as those from smaller locations. Maybe $500 as a daily target is a little bit much for an individual employee. Maybe not. Maybe they need to make it more, and the business can change it from here. And however this is set, this will be the target that applies to all employees at a location. Targets cannot be customized to the individual employee. This flat dollar amount is useful for new service providers that just started at the business and won't have any sales from last year to compare to. every day they work, they know they should be selling at least this amount. With the targets set up, we can compare them from the metrics page. Tap the main menu icon in the top left and then tap Metrics. We can tap on the three dots, whether viewing districts, locations, or employees, and then tap on Compare to Targets. We can see a little target icon in the numbers now for an easy visual cue on here, since this filter will stick if we navigate to another area of the app and come back here. Now for the targets shown here at the top, this is combining all targets for the total sales net metrics. Let's take a look at this West Coast district. Their total sales net is this green number on the top, and the number on the bottom is letting us know how much more was sold over last year's total sales net. When we tap on it again, it's going to show the percentage the business is over from last year's total sales net. And tapping on it once more will let us know what the target actually is. Since the targets for this business are 10%, the number here will be 10% higher from last year, unless last year's total sales were less than $500, in which case it would say 500, so the business knows how much they need to make before hitting the target. And employees can view their targets when they are logged into the app as well. That's it for this training video. Thanks for watching.